Hey guys, it's Renee and I'm here to share another Diamond Dyes design team project with you. Um, I'm very excited about this one. It is different from all of my other stuff, I think. I have done stuff similar before, but definitely not my normal crafting style. So I used a ton of stuff and I'm not even sure I have everything here. I think it's most of it though. So the dyes that I used on this project, again I used the Bear Tree dye. I used the Pretty Poinsettia die set. And I used the Nesting Labels 1 set, and I used 2 of those dyes from there. And everything else, I used my Distress inks in Vintage Photo, Walnut Stain, and Black Soot, and then another Distress Stain in Gathered Twigs. I used these Tim Holtz reinforcers, one of these little yellow bicycle wood stick pins. Again, like I said, a ton of stamps. So this was a dollar stamp. I used the handcrafted boutique. I used this one. They're like typewriter keys, and it says type, and I don't remember. It says stamp abilities on the bottom there. This 7 Gypsies, I used the roller. It just has a bunch of names of cities. I used this Bow Bunny stamp, and I used this one right here. I think that's the only one I used off of there. Oh, I used this too. And then this basic gray, I used these like diamond-y star things. And then the paper pad I used was this DCWV, the Timeless Type Stack. And it reminds me a lot of Tim Holtz. Like, I don't have any of his paper pads, and I've never looked at them, I think, but this really, really reminds me a lot of his stuff. So I used several different papers from here. So I made a giant tag, and here it is. So I am so excited with how it turned out. I got my inspiration from this wood veneer typewriter right here. I was rearranging my craft room reorganizing. And I was in my box that I have wood veneers, and for some reason this thing just stood out to me, and I just started getting ideas. So it all started with that tiny little typewriter. And I used the Distress Stain to change the color of the typewriter. And I mean, they're wooden, so that's just like a stain. I just rubbed it on there, and I really, really like how it took the color and just changed the color. I also used that Distress Stain on the stick pin. I don't remember what's on the other side of this. Something else. I just colored it with the stain, and then I stamped that little circle right on there. For my flowers, I know that this was the poinsettia die, but my goal was to use it and not make it look like a poinsettia. And I didn't, we have other dyes to use, other flower dyes, but they weren't the style I was looking for. I like this because they, the edges look sort of jagged and they're pointy, and it just made the shape that I wanted it to. So for the larger one, it's 3 of the larger cuts, and this was just some paper from the paper pad that had some writing all over it. and then I used the walnut stain, I believe, to darken it up, and I did different use different pressure on different areas of it to just give it dark areas and light areas. And then for the small one I did the same thing. I just cut 3 of the small die, and then the centers are homemade enamel dots that I just used a Copic marker, and I want to say it was E59. That seems like the darkest brown I have. And I just went over it and dabbed it on so it would give like a textured look to it. And just stuck it on with glue dot, I think. Underneath there, I used the Bear Tree die, and I cut it out of black paper, and I don't know if you can tell, it has like a script on it that's lighter than the black. And I cut it out and again cut off the tree trunks. I've yet to use that die as a tree. I wanted some type of like foliage under my flowers, but I didn't want green and I didn't want leafy or anything like that. So I really like how this ended up underneath the black, and I let it hang out on the sides, and then I cut another piece and just colored them black and put it underneath there to just reinforce it, and added a little bit of some matte Mod Podge just to strengthen those up a little. The tag itself was just a manila tag, and I used the 3 different distress inks to color it up. Like you can see the darker, and then there's lighter inside. And then I took some black ink and just randomly stamped all of the different stamps everywhere. So there is the Bo Bunny one. Here is the one that says type. The rulers here. The little star diamond things are right there. There's another type one there, but it's mostly covered. And then right back there is the one with all the names of the cities. And then I pulled this paper because it looked like it's the typewriter keys, and it has a gloss to some of them. Well, it looks like all the keys are glossed, and then underneath it has like a cork, the tops of corks, and they don't have the glossy shine. So I just cut it to fit my tag, and then I just started ripping chunks off of it and used the vintage photo to go around and color all the ripped edges. And I added one of the Tim Holtz reinforcers up there just to match everything and cover up it's just, one of the regular plain reinforcers that's on the manila tags. The back of it, I just used some black from there. I tried just coloring it, I just wanted to leave it plain, and I didn't like how it looked, so I just added that paper, and it makes it a thicker tag too then. Here I used the same paper as the flowers, and I just stamped in the black the handcrafted boutique, and then distressed it with the walnut stain, and then I cut the larger one out of the same black as the tree, and I just used some of the half as thick foam squares to pop the top one up and just give it a little bit more dimension. And then this right here they're just some charms that I have. I don't know if they're like the industrial chic or whatever. Whatever I could get cheap. I don't like spending a lot of money on those because I don't use them much. But I thought they went well with the look of the whole tag. And I just poked a couple holes, and this little key here was already on the ring. So I poked the holes, stuck the 15 on there, and I just put it through and pinched it shut. And I like the the look it gives it, that it has something on there that's not stuck down. These up here are just, I have a whole bunch of wooden buttons I got in a bag, and they come in the dark color and the light, and then this one I used the distress stain again to change the color, so I could have 3 different colors instead of just the 2, and I just stacked them up there and hot glued them down. And oh no, I used this twine. I use this twine a lot on bunches of different things, but I just did 3 links of it, and then I had my husband drill down through this cork, and I just got these. I got a bag of corks at a Goodwill store, and I had him drill me a hole down through, and it was like 11:30 at night. He was not happy, but it needed to be done tonight. So he drilled it through, and then I used, what did I use? I couldn't get all the twine to go through. I think the trick I used, I took a piece of the twine, I folded it in half, and I stuck it up through, and then I threaded all my twines through it, and I just pulled it down through, and it worked perfect. Went straight through. Then it was so easy, and I just put a big knot at the bottom of it, and I really like what the cork added. It just added some more chunkiness to the tag, and again went with the cork paper, and I don't know. I am very happy with how it turned out. Again, nothing like what I normally do, and it was a lot of fun just to start sticking things on and seeing what would go together. I had a bunch of stuff pulled out, and as I thought of something, I just pulled it out and put it in my pile. And this is what I ended up with. And I really like how the flowers turned out. I don't think they look, to me they don't look like poinsettias, they just look like some grungy looking flowers that went with my tag. So I will probably be doing these again for other things so I can use that dye. I really like the poinsettia dye. It's nice and small inside, like very, what am I trying to say? Delicate in the middle, and I like how the flowers just move, the petals move really easy. So, that is my tag. I hope it inspires you to do something different that you don't normally do and have some fun with it. So, if you want to get your hands on any of these dyes, you can find them at diemonddyes.com, and if you use the coupon code ThanksRenee, it's all one word, I'll put it all down below for you, you can get 10% off and free shipping on all orders $35 or more, and that's US and international. So free shipping's always good. I love free shipping. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you leave a comment, let me know what you think. And I just recently started the Instagram thing, and I have been posting like sneak peeks of my design team projects. So if you are interested in seeing them before I get the video up, because I procrastinate on my videos lately, check me out on there. My username is RMYERS498, and come get some sneak peeks. So that is it, guys. I will talk to you again soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.